I'm going to do an experience report on Diclazepam, but I've only taken it once, so I can't say too much for it. So, a friend of mine called Matthew gave me, I think it was 5 2 mg Diclazepams. I had the first two to start with the experience. About half an hour in, I felt very slightly more relaxed and slightly more sedated. About another half hour later, so an hour in, I started feeling the sedation a lot more in my body and the relaxation a little bit more in my head. And I decided I would redose, so I dropped 3 more. I got a sudden call after I dropped these 3 more to go do some work at a local restaurant that was just hiring me on the side. Can't really go into that too much. But yeah, I turned up to this restaurant, obviously aware that I'm on Diclazepam. And at first it was okay, I was walking there, I made it there in time. About half an hour it took me to get there. A little bit withdrawn, felt a little bit strange on those drugs, not gonna lie. Felt nicely relaxed, nicely sedated. I've got to say, a lot less anxious about going to this new work and doing this work than I would have been if I weren't on Diclazepam. Hell, I was really, really relaxed. It made work a lot easier to begin with, but then about 2 hours into me working, I was starting to get really, really sedated. I didn't expect them to call me on that day, to be honest. And yeah, I started stumbling a little bit as I was walking around, trying to serve customers, and it's all just silly. I'm trying not to giggle. Really, really, really nice body high. For the body high that I got, it didn't really impair me too much. I felt like, I don't know, like I got an enhanced weirdness of the body, like all the tension had come out. Yet it didn't, for the amount of sedation that it gave me, it didn't really fuck with my motor skills too much. It did fuck with them a little bit. I was a little bit stumbly, and I don't know, it kind of messed with me when I was talking. Like, I was slurring very, very slightly, but it made me much more socially adept, a lot less anxious, a lot less worried about what I was doing. Shit, I was fucking relaxed. I couldn't give a damn. I was on those Diclazepams at the time, but afterwards I did feel pretty bad. But yeah, that entire shift was pretty good all in all. Very nice, relaxing benzo. Better than say a Diclazepam in my opinion, which was pretty good because it wasn't very. I don't know. It wasn't very physically sedating. The only problem was it wasn't really physically anything. It was mentally relaxing though. But yeah, this Diclazepam was very, very physically good feeling. Didn't really fuck with my motor skills too much for what it did to me. And yeah, it was just nice and relaxing. I just felt like I was uplifted a little bit, like all of my worries were kind of dissipating. Everything was more enjoyable, laughable. Things were less meaningful. All in all, it was a nice experience, but I would not recommend working or trying to do something on a high dose of Diclazepam. So, yeah, I guess that's my conclusion. Although there is one more thing I'd like to add. The very next day, I did feel withdrawals, and I did feel a want for more Diclazepam, and that's just after 1 day of use. The next day, I felt, I guess, normal again, rather than withdrawing. I just kind of didn't want to feel normal again. I just wanted to feel more relaxing and silly. Very, very slightly more anxious than I usually would be, but it was more that I'd rather be in a messed up state of mind, and specifically that Diclazepam messed up state of mind. Anyways, that was my experience report on Diclazepam. Sorry it was so short. Just only one use. I can't really delve into it. Thank you.